out of the locker room, so I think that's a good sign.
Coach, what can you say about the back and forth nature of the game and how you guys came back basically after most of that second half?
Well, we talked in the locker room about some adjustments, obviously, like every team does. But we said, look, we're in the game. Don't even worry about the score. We do our best to put the score out of our minds. And I think our guys did a good job of it. You just keep grinding. I think Keith Schamberger had a little burst there, and he scored some baskets and got us going. And Keith's done that many times this year. He's an interesting cat for a freshman, you know. He's an 18-year-old. He hadn't made a shot, and all of a sudden, deep in the game, he's making 2 or 3 shots in a row. And he's been able to do that for us a number of times. When we have Adrian and Justin, with the confidence I have in them, we don't feel like we're out of any game. It's hard to put us away because both of them can make plays. When we got it to 5 and then 44, we didn't relax, but you know, we ended up getting a foul on the perimeter, and I think that allowed them to jump back in the game. Because you want to make them take time there, and we weren't able to do that. We fouled them in the first 10 seconds, and I think that altered the whole nature of what happened from that point forward.
Coach, you mentioned Schamberger just a moment ago, and the progress he's made since the start of the season. It must comfort you, you've got another guy down the stretch that you can put the ball in his hands and he can make something happen.
No question. Keith Schamberger and Adrian and Justin will testify to this, sir. Is an unusual freshman. He is not afraid, and that goes all the way back to the beginning of the season. We're at Oregon, the 3rd game of the year, and Keith took over the game for about an 8-minute stretch in the second half when we beat Oregon up there. So he has demonstrated that, and he is going to be one of the core players in our program going forward, without a doubt.
Yeah, Lawrence actually just wanted me to pass along that Keith Schamberger is the highest scoring freshman in San Jose State history.
There you go. Lawrence always on the ready.
How many points did you got?
Lawrence, how many points is Keith?
He now has, he had 12, so he has 345.
For the year? 345 for the year?
Plus with Harris tomorrow.
If you have a question, just raise your hand. We'll bring the mic to you. Back in the back.
Adrian, Hawaii did a pretty good job defending you the first 2 games. So I think that you had 10 points in Honolulu, 18 last week. Tonight you go for 29. Did you feel like you were able to get, how were you able to get better looks tonight compared to the first two games you played against them?
Well, my first game, I was just coming back from a head injury. And I didn't play the prior 2 games, so I was still getting my rhythm in, so things were kind of weird. So I really don't look at that game for myself. Last game, I had a bad shooting night from the field, but I realized that I could attack this team and get to the free throw line, which I did the second half of our last game against each other. And that's why I try to come out and do tonight. Just get to the free throw line early and just make them guard me. The thing about Hawaii is that they face guard me. And sometimes you think that's helping, but sometimes it works to our advantage because that gets our guys open, it gets our bigs open, and if I'm not scoring, I'm basically just out there attracting other players towards me, which gets our guys open. So I was just picking my spots, watch film for my past 2 games, and just seeing where I can score and seeing where I can get my teammates involved.
Right here.
George, can you talk more about